I feel that if I can help other people who have it much worse than I do, it makes me feel like I'm contributing to something in the real world. I want to fix things, and you can't always fix things, and you don't always have the right to fix things. Sometimes those moments of grace just have to come. You can't will them, you can't push them on somebody else.
I went through a tough time a couple of years ago. I had my television show canceled. I was diagnosed with breast cancer and had a double mastectomy.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like 9 for my top 10, top 10, 9. This one's for my top 10.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So get ready to pursue your passion, help others, and love what you do with Kathy Bates and my take on her top 10 rules of success to give you the confidence, motivation, and belief that you need. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1, create empathy.
When I started this business, I was kind of in and out of it in my head because it seemed self-aggrandizing to me. And today, even more so because, you know, there's so much to do in terms of publicity and things. But I finally realized that what we can do as actors, if we're lucky, is to create empathy. I think that's the most important thing, not only for artists, but for the world, especially now, and to bring people out of their tribes and open their eyes to other worlds, other cultures. And that's what keeps me going. And I feel lucky that I've been able to, and you know, as an actor, I've always said you don't know what your work is going to be because you have to kind of sail your little boat out there and then let it go, and you don't know who it's going to touch or where it's going to go, and you have to have faith that maybe, you know, you will touch someone's heart and change their minds about something, and you got to keep hubris out of it. You just got to focus on the work, and I always felt that early on the work speaks for itself, and after that you got to let it go. So that's what keeps me going. I want to show the humanity in characters, even though they may be people that have done terrible things. I want to try and create human beings because I think we're all complex. We all make mistakes. We all struggle. And everybody's got a story.
Rule number 2, pursue your passion.
I'm not always able to choose something that's going to fill me with joy, and, you know, I think it's going to be this magnificent film. And in a lot of ways with Richard Jewell, I told Clint, who it's been an incredible honor to work with, and he's 89 and he's so damn sexy and just great to work with. You have a real freedom with him on set. And I won the National Board of Review, and this is all happening so fast. And I told Clint, I said, you know, I've been in this business 50 years, but I finally feel like I hit the big time. My goal was to tell people that he was a hero, to be able to have that part in such something you can do for somebody, a real person, to change, hopefully change something in their lives. It's just such a gift. You don't get the opportunity to do that as an actor. Everything you do, you want it to be just great, and you want it to be the best you can be. You know, I always reach for the best I can do, and I guess it's that elusive carrot that hangs in front of all of us as we're trying to pursue that passion and that goal.
Rule number 3, help others.
How have you stayed positive despite having your disease and your history with cancer?
Well, in this case, I've decided to turn the anger and the disappointment and the rage that I felt about getting this disease, that I have to wear these compression.
You have to wear that?
Yeah, this is a compression garment. I have to wear them most of the time, and especially on planes, and it's not fun. But I've turned all of that into becoming the spokesperson for Learn. I feel that if I can help other people who have it much worse than I do, it makes me feel like I'm contributing to something in the real world.
Rule number 4, love what you do.
I realized that when you do something because you love it, it's being an amateur, because it comes from the Latin amo amas amat. You do it because you love it. And if you're a professional, you have to do it regardless of whether you love it or whether you feel like it that night. The trick is to keep both. Because if you don't love it, then it's empty. And as someone said to me back in those days, you need a head like a bullet and a heart like a baby.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's what kept me going.
Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
I was excited about taking a shot. The fact that it was so strange.
I have a tremendous amount of love and compassion for everyone else.
Once your technique gets to a certain level, the only thing that separates you from others is your quirks.
Rule number 5, just keep on working.
So you've been in this industry for so many years. What keeps the sparkle? How do you stay excited about doing new projects?
That's a very good question. I went through a tough time a couple of years ago. I had my television show canceled. I was diagnosed with breast cancer and had a double mastectomy. And I went through quite a few months of feeling like everything was over. And then I started getting work again. And even though I grumble about having to pack my bags and leave home and go stay on location and be by myself sometimes, I'm really better when I'm working. And I still don't know if I can make it to 70 or 80 or 90 and still love to be in this business, because the business has changed. You know, the page has turned. Things are very different now.
Rule number 6, believe in second chances.
I have to tell you this story. So I think having the double mastectomy was the worst. And the drains they put in, not to get too graphic, I think it hit a nerve. So I was always fighting with my doctors, for more pain medication.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a day that drains were out, gorgeous sunny day, feeling free for the first time. I had these plate glass windows onto this patio, and wham, this little finch hit the window and fell on the bricks dead. And I went, oh, great, it's always something. So I opened the door and I put him in my arms and hands, and I sat out. You know how sometimes you think you can heal something?
Yeah, like, oh my
And then
God,
you
we're
think,
the
oh, it's
same
blasphemy.
person.
It's blasphemy.
Yes,
Yeah,
'cause you grew
so
up
I'm
in
sitting
church.
there, and all of a sudden he flips over in my hand. And I mean, his head was hanging off my hand before. And he flips over, and I could feel his tiny little claws. And then his wings were fine, his beak was fine, and my niece was there, and she's like the Francis of Assisi of our family. So she just said, oh, he wants some water. And I thought, dude, go. And so we put a little cup of water, and we put her there, and she said, now leave him alone. Because she knows I want to go mess with him. But then I couldn't leave him alone, and I went back, and he flew off. And I told Linda, I said, he flew away. And she said, are you getting the message? And at first I thought, I can heal like Jesus. And she said, no, you thought you were dead, but now you can fly into a new life.
Rule number 7, be grateful.
I want to fix things, and you can't always fix things, and you don't always have the right to fix things. Sometimes those moments of grace just have to come. You can't will them. You can't push them on somebody else. And I'm learning now, I think, to try to go with the flow, to enjoy things, not to worry so much. And just, I know it's cliche to say, but to feel grateful. I feel like, as we say, the governor called. There's been a stay of execution, and now I've got these extra years to live, and I want to enjoy every day of it.
Rule number 8, play the role of your life.
People say, well, how do you do what you do? I mean, it's in all of us. The most fun we had as kids was when we played dress up and pretended, and we could be anything we wanted. They call it a play. They call it a screenplay. You say, I play a role. It's always play. And it's that little kid inside of you, only now you have the best costume designers and the best makeup and the best scripts. And it's all like at a huge, heightened reality. That's what I love about it.
Rule number 9, love who you are.
Do you feel like super blessed with your career? Like,
Oh
you
God,
such
yeah.
a great career.
I know, because face it, I'm not a glamour girl. So
Me neither.
no, I'm glad that I am who I am. So I've gotten to play all these kinds of different roles, and as a character actor, your career's not over when you're 40.
Yeah.
You keep to. I'm 72 now, so
You're 72. Get it?
Yeah. So, I can keep working and working and working.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is tell great stories.
Another role that I loved you in, Bobby Boucher. Water boy, man, come on, man. Foosball. Mama didn't like that foosball.
Foosball is the devil.
Mama didn't like no foosball. Now come on, man, that was a great movie right there.
I have to admit this. I didn't know who Adam Sandler was.
What?
Okay, I know, but it was a long time ago, right?
When y'all was shooting Bobby Boucher, you didn't know him?
I didn't know who he was. I wasn't watching SNL, and my niece. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. So I get this script, and I don't know who Adam Sandler is, and I'm reading it. First 12 pages, I literally threw it in the trash.
What? You didn't want no parts of it?
Wait, I was like, football, So I threw it in the trash, and I'm sitting there on my bed, and my niece, who works for me, came in, and she said, "What is this?" And she pulled it out, and she said, "Adam Sandler, you don't know the Hanukkah song? You don't know?" She said, "You have to do this movie." And she was right. We had so much fun. Unbelievable.
Now I got a special bonus clip from Kathy on how to love horror movies that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Let's go from just watching a video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1. How can you better love who you are? Number 2, what are 3 things you can be grateful for in your life? And number 3, what's the second chance that you need to believe in? And if you made it this far in a video and you commit that you're gonna take action, we don't just watch videos here, we do something, give me a hashtag believe down in the comments below, because I want to celebrate you.
Last time I spoke to you, you said that you like scaring people. We were talking about horror story. So I was just wondering, do you scare yourself sometimes when you play these scary or?
No, but I love horror movies. I look for them, and there's not enough of them, because I'll always go on Apple or whatever, and I'll say, come on, I've seen all of these already. I think we all like to be scared because it's a controlled scared, and it can come out at the end where we're okay, where everything's all right. And they say, oddly enough, I was reading this recently, is that it releases dopamine in the brain. Did you know that?
No.
So you can come out from being scared to death and feel really good.
Oh, wow. I
Look it up.
I always just
Google
feel
it.
scared.
I swear to God. So I thought, oh, okay. I've been looking for a reason all these years, so I wouldn't sound like a lunatic for loving horror movies. But when they're done well.
If you want to see the top 10 I did on Will Smith, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Like, I want to be valuable to humanity. 40 was cool, 30 was cool, like 50 was like, whoa, man, we need to jump out a helicopter or something.